My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. Alright, let's have a look at the statistics here. So, what exactly can we get? 10 or more buffs during combat. Seems like a power deck for the defect should be able to accomplish that. 25 cards in a single turn. It depends on how it goes. Focused, have 25 or more focus during combat. Well, that's definitely either a really stacked power build or a consume inserter build. Neon, channel 9 plasma in a single turn. That's just pretty much any defect build that goes ridiculously off with meteor storms. Defeat a boss on turn 1, it can happen. Minimalist, not gonna happen here. Udonu, can't happen here. Who needs relics? Alright, yeah, not really gonna be doing any of the rest of those there. Alright, so we're looking for a power build for the defect. So I am very much... Again, I need to reinforce this, because a lot of losses will occur while I try and do this. I am trying to force archetypes to get these achievements done. Get a random common. 3 extra draw. Could be handy. Yeah, I'm very much attempting to force archetypes to get this done. Now, obviously, if something's just completely not going to work, I'll abandon it. Not happily, but I'll definitely abandon it. 50-50. Hey, got him. But if there's even a chance, I'm just gonna lean entirely in on it. I'll take none of those yet. I don't want to take a force field that's unplayable until I already have 4 power cards in my deck. Sure. Skill into attack potions. That's going to be really good in the early game. Help me get some extra elites. I do intend to take down 2 elites this first floor. I intentionally allow myself to take 1 damage here. Oh, got him. Do like a good old auto shields. Oh, perfect. Got this on lock. Strength potion. Pretty good. I've got to take the sweeping beam over the charged battery here just because I'm not adding any offense into this deck yet. And we're going to be in a bad position if I do that and come up against the gremlin knob especially. Okay. Hello, gremlin knob. Obviously should have used that at the start. Saves 8 damage this turn, and then another 7 this turn. Got him. Back in preparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. That is actually really quite good for us. Streamline makes a bit of sense if I do want to just target some elites here, and I think I do. I'm already muddying my deck with non-power stuff. Just trying to find something to use. Well, good thing I did the explosion first. So I know that my next hand is going to have Sweeping Beam, just because I'm drawing 3 extra and I only have 6 cards left in the deck. So I was absolutely certain I was getting a kill on the back line of there, effectively, is what I'm saying. Okay. If I desperately need to at any point, I can just use the explosive potion to end this fight. Good. Didn't need to. Upon pickup, raise I'm actually by 7, as well as just a bunch of stuff we can't use yet. Ancient Tea set. Whenever you enter the next enter a rest site, rather start the next combat with 2 extra energy. That's really good because we have the backup preparation giving us already some extra cards in the opening hand. So this helps us actually use them as well. Okay. Easy kill on the cultist. Wolf 1 beam cell cool-headed. None of those make sense in this deck. Beam cell the most, but still. I really should be playing Streamline basically as soon as I get it, and I know I have auto shields left in the deck, so it's just a good time. More than happy to full defend this turn, knowing that my next turn sets up a lot of aggression for us. Hell, more than happy to full defend this turn, knowing that my next turn very likely, hey, there we go, sets up a lot of aggression for us. Prayer Wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward. That is going to help us be a lot more choosy. Pretty keen on it, frankly. On dual cast. Hey. Pretty much the best series of draws we could have had there, and the best series of attacks the enemy could have given us. Swift Potion as well as... Nope. Not taking either of those. So no powers want to appear in this build at all. It's okay, I'm not mad about it. Okay, there's 2 powers. Defragment and a White Noise. I'm going to pick each of them up. Probably upgrade the White Noise in the next space, because the Defragment doesn't really do too much for us when it upgrades here. Well, Swift Potion... I'm specifically trying to find the... didn't find it. Lame. I'll hologram back the Zap and just get it again. Fill my compliment. I was specifically trying to find the Streamline before we got to a new deck, so that I could Streamline, hologram, Streamline, and get it down to 0 cost already, but... Oh well! The fates weren't on my side for that one. I should, just because of the 2 defragments, just be able to sit here and wait for the enemy to die. Ideally, at least. I'm just very glad I didn't have to defend. Okay, I'm gonna dual cast then Zap, so that I keep as many of these orbs up as possible, because we're not pushing for lethal suddenly. It's not super likely that I suddenly push for lethal next turn, but it is possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Goodbye, Guardian. Electrodynamics. Extremely electrodynamics here. It's a buff as well as a very important effect for this deck already. Inability to rest? Am I comfortable with that? Inability to open chests. Well, I should still open the chests. Alright, I'll still open the chests and I'll remove the curses. Inability to rest, I think, could kill me if I don't find the right things early this floor. So that's my concern there, primarily. So Mummified Hand is obviously the most valuable pickup we could possibly get. But we also can't rely on that, so let's think of what else we might want to put in this deck. There aren't super many power synergistic relics. And there's that. There's also... Let's just kill. Good thing I put this Streamline in the deck. Like, it's been doing a lot of work. Boot sequence in the opening hand can be pretty good. We'll take a Storm. Definitely, because it's already pre-upgraded. Frozen Egg, obviously, is quite good for this kind of build. Oh god, you... I didn't think the bird had enough HP to live. It's entirely my bad. Okay. I do need a little bit more defense. Do I take a pre-upgraded leap? I think I do. I also want the charged battery, actually. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That gives us another avenue for getting a buff. I just have to play 3 attacks in a single turn. That's not too difficult for us, frankly. Reboot. Would I take reboot? Probably not. Alright. Well, Hello World is a buff, technically. I'll make sure that I don't get the normality pairing here. I get a go for the eyes. I'm okay with that, kind of. I get a good instincts. I'm also okay with that. Because the deck's already very expensive. The ability to offset that a little is really important. Oh my god, really? Bad targets chosen, friend. Let's go static discharge, defragment, auto shields defend, and then weaken the backliner. I managed to almost take no damage this turn. Zap does need to be upgraded in this deck right now. It just makes sense. I'll sweeping beam first, just in case I get the right card, which I don't. I'm going to hologram back the streamline just to guarantee the kill on that target. Okay, backline doesn't summon this turn, but that's fine, because I electrodynamics for a bunch of kills there, and then defend for a ridiculous amount as well. Obviously could have played the claw there. That's a consideration I should have made. So what? We have 6 buffs on ourselves now? Nice. As far as I'm concerned, all of those should be counted as buffs. So, Buffer would obviously be a good companion piece to these. Kunai, every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. If I wasn't already going exclusively for this achievement right now, I would just put a bunch of 0-cost cards in the deck. That will help us get another trigger, though. The electrodynamics upgraded, so we're better in AoE. Reserved insects. Enemy elite fights have 25% less HP. I do also pick up, I think that was a regret. No, it's a shame. Okay. Could have been worse then. We actually care more about the draw than we care about 1 lightning right now. There were so many good draws we could have gotten there, and we didn't really get them. That's okay, though. That happens from time to time. Those debuffs on us don't count, or rather they shouldn't count. Technically they count as powers applied to us in like the modding sense, but I don't think they will count for the course of the achievement. Buffer, self-repair, both of those are buffs as well as powers to play on ourselves. I mean, like, come on. I have to. Okay, the sweeping beam. Hologram back, the sweeping beam, I'm thinking. Sweeping beam and then leap. So now we get a bunch of extra cards for this next... No! Buffer! Oh, I forgot about the buffer. Damn it. Well, thankfully we had the kill anyway. Yeah, chaos doesn't really matter to us. Nor do any of those, frankly. Okay, buffer needs an upgrade. Keep it around for a wee bit longer. So I don't have to burn that boot sequence out of the deck yet, and I'm glad because it's quite good. Might end up playing it over the course of this entire thing. Bias Cognition probably definitely shouldn't count bias as a buff. But it might. I think I should just aim to play as many powers as I possibly can and kind of just like, damn the consequences. I should have taken the Equilibrium there because Retain is another buff that we could apply to ourselves. I'm going to pull back the Go for the Eyes because I definitely don't want to use the Sweeping Beam and happen to draw into like one of our most impactful cards. I'm not going to dual cast because that Lightning Orb is going to be a lot more later. Alright, that's one big hit. I'm okay with taking that. It gets completely prevented by the buffer. It's these hits I'm worried about. Ooh, multicast. Okay, so usually those are 3 evokes for 8. They're currently evoked for 10. Multicast would only get me 4 evokes. I would deal 50 damage overall. 4 evokes plus the passive effect of the other 2 lightning orbs out. So I can't take multicast here. Streamline is 10 damage per energy. It's the same, effectively, the same conversion rate as multicast. So what I do here is I take the chaos. Alright, so we'd be taking a fair bit of damage here. I did defend twice that turn. Yeah, no, I could have killed. I could have killed. That's my bad. You can no longer become weakened. It's fine, I guess. Fission does desperately need to be upgraded as soon as possible, though. Which is why we upgraded it there as soon as it was possible to do so. Alright, so we've got a full complement already. Come on. I'm not finding the right card yet. Alright, let's defragment. I'm going to hologram back a boot sequence. Use that. Defend. And then zap for a wee bit of extra damage out there. So we prevent the big hit in the back line. 12. Right. Get to hold on to our favorite effects. And we've got some buffs now. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 buffs currently. Yeah, should have done the barrage at the very start of that entire thing, by the way. Well aware, but... mistakes! I'm no robot. I will make mistakes from time to time, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. That'll always be the case with anyone, though. Alright. That can't have counted for the achievement, though. So what other powers can give us other additional effects? Echo Form? Yup. I would like to take Amplify, but Echo Form is another effect. Nuclear Battery. At the start of each combat, channel 1 Plasma. So we do get rid of that relatively quickly, but that can kind of act as like a little bit of a boost of energy so that we can play all of our powers. Or I could remove the Shame and a Strike. No. We'll go with Nuclear Battery here. Nuclear. Hitting up elites is actually also a relatively good way to fish for different impactful effects that we could get here. That is to say, buffs. If only I had some defense this hand. Bias Ignition, buffer. I'm gonna just try and play out as... Damn it. Damn fission! Oh. Don't want either of those, thank you. Yeah, definitely lose a strike. More than happy to, frankly. Leaving that Plasma Orb up. It can pop off next time I play a power. Or I can play a fission and get a bunch of energy. Oh. Makes it real simple to play all of my powers here. Just looking for defense, basically, right now. Or electrodynamics, that'll do too. I got him. Thank you, and a no thank you. Girya, well that's strength, but I don't need it. Static Discharge, we don't actually have a copy of in the deck. We do definitely want it. Thorns, we can take Liquid Bronze to gain some Thorns. That's another buff. Okay. We need a pretty long fight, but I think we can work this one. Oh, lovely. Get that electrodynamics out there. At this rate, I can probably just easily wait him out. Creative AI is another power that we could have. Does provide to us another buff. Alright. Ooh, double storm. That's potent as hell right there. It's intangible and they're dealing a ridiculous amount of damage, and I have no ability to block it whatsoever. I'll play the Hello World, but it's going to waste a bunch of my energy. Actually, if I dual cast first, yeah, it still does. You know what? No, I'm not playing the Hello World. I still have a lot of extremely expensive things in my deck, and I was going to be drawing a bunch extra this turn, so having the ability to pop that this turn to get an extra effect is really important to us. Okay, buffer is still left in the deck, so 45 wouldn't be too bad for us. I'm a pretty huge fan of doubling up on that buffer. Good way to get it done. Okay, charge battery is another buff for us as well, by the way, so... Definitely feels like it's going to be a boss fight that actually handles all this quite well. We're going to have to rest in the next phase. Lantern, start each combat with additional energy? Hell yes. Just have to rest here. We've got 2 more elites here after, so... It's a really good opening turn for setting up a bunch of effects. Now we have a creative AI in the deck as well. I'm not going to get to play that Echo Form, unfortunately. The rest of those are too powerful. So we now have 6 buffs played. Loop, Hello World. Go for the eyes. Now have 8 in play. Attack. Get me an attack. Can that pull back a 0-cost attack? It can. Attack and defense. All right, that is 10 buffs in play right now. I'm also going to generate the Thorns from Liquid Bronze just in case one of these isn't counting for some reason. Come on, Potion Belt. All right. Still not super interested in any of those. Add another curse to my deck in order to find something. Sure. Gold-plated cables. Your rightmost orb triggers its passive an additional time. That's pretty good. What do we get as well? I think it was injury. Thought it was clumsy. Okay. Double buffer. Nope. Guess it gets to double the leap though. Yikes. I hate those turns. Okay. White noise. Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 but I will fission first. Every card remaining under the sun, get a ridiculous amount of buffs myself, and this is mostly about killing next turn, obviously. Couldn't have assumed it was going to kill this turn, say that much. Alright, Regal Pillow, heal additional 15 HP whenever you rest, a Storm, and a Capacitor. Double energy is actually a slight consideration. We don't have enough draw to really accept it because it has to come on the same turn as Fission or on our first turn or from the Centennial Puzzle. Outside of that, it's not that great for us. Capacitor with the extra orb slots is just really powerful though. No. Not going to spend all on that relic right there if I can avoid it. Pick up the upgrade on the Static Discharge. I'm feeling like we just don't go to the... Obviously, I'm feeling like it because we're not doing it yet. But I'm feeling like we just don't go to the heart with this one. Capacitor, and then we'll remove the Shame from our deck. No reason not to take the Fear Potion, right? There was a shop in the next space. That's why. That's why you don't take the Fear Potion. There's a shop in the next space, is why. Because there's a shop in the next space where you could have taken the Fear Potion. I thought we were in the shop. I was like, there's a shop on this path. This is a shop. This was the shop on this path. Not the way that works, Ryan. Nice try. I can see the logic, but it is complete bonkers and you're nuts. Shouldn't have doubled up on Fission. That's entirely my bad there. So we generate a bunch of lightning. Let's double up on Defragment. Buffer's only going to get me through this turn, but doubling up on the Defragment gets me 4 extra focus. Pretty good. Double up on the White Noise, happily. Loop also would have been a lovely addition to this deck. Enemies not below half HP yet. Now they are. Ooh, okay, so they actually will purge themselves this turn. Good. I also could have double struck and then holograms back to strike again in order to trigger Kunai and Shuriken. Not a bunch of high cost stuff left in our deck, so I don't know. I will double play the charged battery here, but I don't know about it. Trying to be conservative with how many cards I play here, though. I want to double play the defense. So I will, so I will. I need to be able to play 3 cards next turn, right? Got him. Whew! There goes the time meter. Proceed. 907 total for the score. Let's go check that the achievement was accomplished. I would be extremely surprised were it not. And there we go, powerful. Have 10 or more buffs during combat. Beautiful. So we managed to take that one down relatively easily. Next, we're going to be rotating back to the Ironclad. So we'll look for, you know what? We'll look for trying to get Purity and Barricaded at the same time. If we don't get Barricaded, we'll try and find a Fiendfire and go for Purity. Which means that in both scenarios, we need to keep the deck relatively thin. That should also lean towards the possibility of going for Infinity or Minimalist, which can also get you the boss kill on turn 1. So hey, it's all looking good. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.